new set or a new build, not necessarily a new set. So just to update, if you caught this live stream or you've caught kind of the series of live streams, we've been building mostly, my son's joined a couple of them, but we've been mostly building those modulars here. Like you can slide this without anything falling apart, the assembly square. And so that one's done now. And it's December, time to get into some Christmas sets. This will be next at some point here, the upscale Santa, and then who knows, maybe the gingerbread AT-AT. That'll be a fun build. Seen that displayed a couple times at the Lego store, and a very popular item right now. Probably a popular item until after December, and then things will fade from that point on. So wait. Well, actually, I'll just get organized now. I sorted everything yesterday. So I sorted everything for this set I've been working on. This is new to the live stream. This is the creator set. Oops, I should have it up because it's the winter, I think it's the Winter Village Fire Station. So it's been retired for a while now, but let me bring it up because then when people join, I'll have the facts with me. The Winter Village Fire Station, a creator line Christmas build. I think, yeah, 2018, released in 2018. And this set was $100 at the time. And I think that was pretty much the price for these sets up until this year, when now they have that train station set. And you know what? Maybe double check everything here. Now I'm thinking about it. If you can hear the sound, hopefully that's what is most. There we go. Got to get the brightness going. The live streams are live. Nothing is perfectly scripted here, man. So yeah, anyway, it's set 10263, and you'll notice this is the create version, the alt brick version of this set, Winter Village set. But even though it's alt brick, it's a fun build. I've had it since 2019, and when again, getting back into Lego, didn't realize these were kind of another year annual tradition type thing, like the modulars, that Lego would do these sets every year for Christmas, other than the advent calendars. And so this is going to be a fun build. So it's going to look like this when I'm done, and I know that for a fact. This is a rebuild of a set, and I really enjoy, if you get into Lego, you will, you don't always have to spend money buying more and more sets. So, hey, Kit, welcome. Psh, Kit on pause, welcome. New to the channel, I believe. So, welcome. This is Brick Therapy 2-3. Let me show you my logo here. My son and I started this live stream at the start of 2025, and we built up a couple cool sets, like the Star Destroyer there, and then our big push over the summer were these Lord of the Rings sets you can see behind me here, the Barad-dûr and the Rivendell set. We started that out with the Shire set. And now that it's Christmas, worked my way through and built up this modular set here, the assembly square. And this Christmas tree was one of those giftwood purchases that came out, I think, probably 2019. And I don't remember what the price threshold was, but I know Lego's been selling a Christmas tree this year. In fact, I don't see it on the Lego website anymore. So I'm glad I got this one. This was a giftwood purchase set. I don't think it's as tall as the set you could buy with Lego now, but nevertheless, a very cool build, and very much a perfect place to stage in front of a modular set like this assembly square here. So the Christmas set I'm building now, I think, will look great next to all this. It's not a modular, but the build fits in well. The dimensions are perfect. So yeah. Have you made a Christmas tree set before? Ask Kid on Pause. Hey, Dina. Is that right? Dina, I want to make sure I say your name's right. Psh, welcome, Dina. Kid on Pause. If you mean just like a Christmas tree, like the one I'm just showing you here, this one, then yes. If it's literally a Christmas tree. If you mean like a Christmas set, like a build like this, yes, we have like three of these. This is the first one. This was not a Lego version, but it is very much a Lego design. So it's a knockoff version, but it is a Lego design. And if you like Lego, obviously another appealing part are the minifigures that come with all these sets. And these were really cool minifigures that go with this Winter Village Fire Station set. Can't complain. There's about 8 minifigures. They got these cool, look to them, and a 1900 vintage look to them. So yeah. Kid on Pause. I appreciate the enthusiasm. Yeah, these sets are awesome. And if you're a Lego collector, you will enjoy building different types of Lego, of course. And like Bardor, this set has a light up brick. So this will go in the top. I can't remember. I think it just goes up near the bell tower, or not bell tower, it's the fire station. I guess just up in the top tower of the build. So it's all sorted out here right now. Brick Therapy, our logo is here. If you like Lego, you like talking about Lego, you like watching Lego live streams, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Brick Therapy 23. You see our logo here. Click like and join the channel. Please subscribe. We'd love to have you as part of our channel. And we have a pretty cool Lego community, building community that join us like Never Too Old for Lego. There he is. I see him. And others. So just welcome in to the live stream. What's your favorite Lego set? Ooh, very fun question. Everyone asks me that, and I stay true. I stay consistent to my favorite Lego set being the Ninjago City Modular. Someday I'll have to bring that out again. I had it behind me for a while. Then when we built Bardor, I put Bardor there instead. So yeah, I love these modulars, right? And Ninjago City is like a Ninjago version of a modular. You can connect it the same way to these buildings, but obviously it's a good size set. It's like this one's 3 levels, I think. Ninjago City, probably a little bit bigger dimensions, probably more like 4 or 5 levels. So yeah, Jimmy Jr., welcome. So that's my favorite set. And if you guys have a favorite set, let us know in the chat. It'd be fun to see what you guys like. I would sleep, but sleep is for the weak, says Jimmy Jr. Jimmy Jr. showing his commitment to the Lego collecting hobby, or just Lego in general. Love it. I'm the worst Lego builder of all time, says Never Too Old for Lego. Definitely not true. Never too old for Lego. But we can always strive for something, right? We can strive for something. Mayo, good to see you, man. Welcome back, Mayo. Different time zone. I don't think it's too late. It might be a little early over there for you, Mayo, but welcome. Sorry, drinking some water here. Kid on Pause says, no way. I got 2 of those and built both. So Kid on Pause, are you referring to the sets like I have here, or the Ninjago series of modulars? Either way, very cool, right? The builds are just amazing. So Jimmy John's giving Never Too Old for Lego some props. I love it. Jimmy Jr. says, oh, sorry, Jimmy Jr. Did I say it wrong? Jimmy Jr. says, I personally like any Star Wars set. And those are very cool. Star Wars sets. It's funny. We went to the Lego store on Saturday. So this is like the first weekend of December. Is that right? And yeah, because December started on a Monday. So yeah, first weekend of December, going to the Lego store on Saturday, and I wanted to see all the new sets there. Did not go there with the intent of buying anything. anything big anyway. Or yeah, none anything big. We did just show these off again. I know if you saw the live stream yesterday, you saw this, but yeah, we found a cool several Christmas options of minifigure builds. So they have these kind of scattered in the minifig kiosk, the build a minifig kiosk. So there you go. There's some of these guys, and it couldn't pass up on the pieces for a gold Santa. So that was cool. And then I was looking around. I wanted to see the Star Trek set built up, and I was surprised to see a couple of things. Oh no, Kid on Pause says it's 12:46 a.m. where I'm at. I think 12:46. So Kid on Pause, that means it's already the next day for you. If I'm right, you said 12:46 m. I don't know if that's p.m. or a.m. Jimmy Jr. says he's an hour ahead of us, 9:47 or 9:49 p.m. now. So thanks guys for joining. Yeah, I went to the Lego store and wait, let me make sure I welcome everyone. Mayo, got you. Jimmy Jr. got you. Kid on Pause, got you. Yeah, and so I wanted to see what was built up there. Saw the Star Trek set, and then the Goonies set was on display the front window as you walked into the store. So if you live in a city or area where you're able to see a Lego or to go to a Lego store, it's, you know, that part's cool in itself. Not everyone lives in a city that is near a Lego store. So I understand that we got a little bit of a nice advantage being in this area of the West Coast in California to do that. But when I saw the Goonies set in the front window, the gift with purchase that it came with was also advertised. And I thought that must be a mistake. They didn't catch anything because that thing was supposed to be only offered for the first few days of November when it was released. But no, they have that available to buy. And then walked in further, and the Black Pearl, or the Captain Jack Sparrow pirate ship that has been on back order forever since released back in September. I don't think it's ever seen it not be on back order. They had the ship there on the shelves. Nobody bought it, and there's only one, so I wonder if they even have any more of those. So that was a surprise. A lot of surprises in terms of those things. And then the one thing that now that you say Star Wars was I would think the UCS Death Star would be built up on display as we get closer to Christmas. You know, Lego wanting to take advantage of selling one of its most talked about and most expensive Lego sets, put that in the display window and show it off. And nope, it's in a, I know it's still there, but it's in a box just, you know, on the bottom shelf of the Lego or the Star Wars section of the Lego store, which is like always in the back corner where we are, by the register. So that's strategic, by the cash register, but not built up and on display. I just I don't get it. So why isn't Lego pushing that? I would love to see. I think that set being on display, you might entice a few more people to buy that thing, even if the TIE Fighter gift with purchase is not there. So anyway, interesting. What kind of marketing is Lego doing? You know, a set and a gift with purchase that was already sold out. I guess stores have the autonomy, the independence to sell a gift with purchase if they still have some, and the set, of course, to go with it. And then yeah, the big marquee sets over the last couple months. One was on the shelf. I thought it was back ordered all the time, and then the UCS Death Star. So strange. I don't know. Brick Therapy says, Jimmy Jr., where are you in California or Arizona? We're near, well, the Lego store, I'll just tell you, the Lego store we go to that's closest, not closest, but the easiest to get to is in Orange County. So if you go to, God, I don't know if you're familiar with the area, but if you're in Arizona then or in California, you probably know the area. So Orange County is, you know, right by fairly close to the beach, And then we're not close to the beach, but that's the nicest part to go to. I like going to that area. And yeah, we go to the South Coast Plaza Lego store. I like it. It's not the biggest Lego store Lego store there is, but it's a nice one to go to. Mayo says, I've been separating minifigs from bulk all day long. Ooh, Mayo, what did you make a big order, a Bricklink order? At least that's what it sounds like. Hey, Suey Jasper's here. Psh, awesome, Suey Jasper. Good to see you. Good to see you back here. Damos is here. Psh, welcome, Damos. Cappy's here. Says, cool, the Lego guy again. Cappy, if I can be known as the Lego guy, psh, that's pretty sweet. Because there's a lot of Lego YouTubers to compete with, and some of them like the ones like my mod or Mayo. There's some guys on here that do pretty well with the Lego also. But thank you for the title. No Brick Therapy. What state are you? California, Jimmy Jr. California. Orange County's in California. Cappy says, Lego needs to go back to the roots and bring back some of the old sets from the mid to late 90s, early 2000s, or come up with some new original intellectual properties instead of all these licensed sets. That would sure help with pricing, right, Cappy? I don't know how popular the sets were. I know the Lego movie, when it came out, was semi-popular, but I really, maybe just a few select sets would be great to go with your idea. I think that would be great. Like for the Lego movie 2, I would love if they brought back the Apocalypseburg set. I thought that was so cool. And the spaceship guy, the old school classic astronaut, classic space guy, bring back that ship. They built a set for him that is new, but also a salute to the old classic space. So yeah, Cappy, I agree with that. Castle, the Creator Castle sets are pretty much in line with that. But yeah, the other ones from the 2000s, gosh, there's I can't think of the names. There's like one of the minor series. But yeah, I think that'd be fun. Eddie, welcome. Psh, Eddie officially says hello. Damos, welcome, Tommy. Psh, Tommy says, please like and subscribe. Thank you, Tommy. Psh, high five for that. Yeah, guys, welcome to our channel here, Brick Therapy 2-3. Jimmy says, I'm in Colorado, so I thought Californians were 1 to 2 hours ahead of us. Yeah, I guess it depends on daylight savings. I want to say you guys are 2-hour difference. Arizona's time change, or Arizona doesn't do daylight savings, and then Colorado. So Jimmy, if it's almost 9 o'clock here, then it's almost 10 o'clock there, your time. So then it'd only be an hour and ahead. I can't remember. Central time or Mountain time, is it an hour ahead from here or not? We're Pacific or West Coast time. I'm not a Lego content creator. I just play one on the YouTubes. Never 12 for Lego, being modest. Mayo says, no, just bulk from my existing collection. That's part of the Brick Therapy is sorting. I need to do that as well, Mayo. There are a lot of sets we got in the late teens, the 2018s, 19s, that my kids have built up and then, merged together and then take it apart and remerge. I like reorganizing the sets back to what they originally were, putting them back in the bags with the instruction books. And then, of course, my kids kind of mix it up again. My boys do. So, yeah, it's kind of funny. Hit them like brickers. Psh, let's go. I love it. Tommy with a thumbs up. Jimmy Jr. says Arizona is the same time as Colorado. Okay, so you guys are an hour ahead of us then, Jimmy. So there you go. That gives you an idea of, I guess, everything in terms of when I will go online. Amy! Psh, hey, Amy. Just coming on to say hi. I'm going to sleep soon, but I will be here for like 5 minutes. Love it, Amy. Psh, talking about all the Lego sets and my very slow progress, but that's fun. I like catching up with everybody on the creator set here. This is the alt brick version. You guys can probably tell with the lovely name there, the create set. But it's the Winter Village Station set. Came out in 2018. A very fun build. And I've kind of got the accessories going on here. I got the ice rink, the bench, not so interesting, the Christmas tree, and the the fire truck, vintage fire truck. And there we go, ladder's back on. Very cool. This is a set, you know, I need to look up. I think it's only, well, it's still expensive, but I think it's only double the price of what it was back in 2018. But yeah, I love these minifigures. The saxophone with the fire captain, the gold helmet. Very cool. Even the statue that's going to go on the ice rink, he's got the gold helmet. So, and, you know, you get a couple other minifigs, a lot of the fire station members. This was a pretty good deal of a set when it came out. And you get the people around the ice rink and baby Lego minifig version. So let's see, there's a authentic one with the assembly square here. So yeah, these, I don't know, do they still do the little baby minifigs? Maybe it's just with the modulars. I'll have to look at that new modular that came out, that's going to come out in January, the shopping center one, and see. B Bandits, psh, yes, B Bandits is here. All right, B Bandits, let me pin that. So fun to see B Bandits here. Got the 2 mods, Never Too Old for Lego and B Bandits. These guys are dedicated. Jimmy Jr. says, sorry to cut short, but my phone is about to lose power. I have to go. Jimmy Jr., thanks for being here, man. Please like and subscribe. Hope you join us again. And we'll see how much progress we make on this Winter Village Fire Station as I'm talking and catching up with you guys. Tommy, yes, sir. Thank you, Tommy, for leaving the like and subscribe comment. Thanks. Jimmy Jr. says he will do so. Mayo says, running on fumes, not sure when I'll fall asleep. Mayo, you're in a totally different time zone. So, let's see. Gosh, you must be like a full day ahead. Let's see. Down in Australia, what is that? Is that like 14 hours? I have to look. I don't know all the time zone differences. I know between us and Europe, it's well, most of Europe. Either with the UK, it's a 8-hour time difference, and then with mainland Europe, continental Europe, it's a 9-hour difference from us here on the West Coast. From here, from us to the East Coast, it's a 3-hour difference. But then if you go out towards Hawaii, they're 3 hours behind us here on the West Coast. So that's pretty crazy. What is that? So yeah, in Hawaii, it's still nice and early, 6 o'clock. That's crazy. They won't even have. Well, I don't know. I don't know how long their daylight is there compared to California. When we get to the winter months, the daylight disappears fairly quickly out here. All right, so I got the statue in place, and the ice rink's kind of got a little bit of appeal to it now. All right, let me put that aside. And let's see, I got the fire truck somewhat built. I've got the decorations too, or the arched, oh, I don't know what are these pieces called? You know, I've probably seen them mostly, you know, in Ninjago or something like that. But these are used to kind of use as a brass gate grilling or grill to, or I don't know, brass decor to the ice rink. So there we go. Very fancy looking turn of the century. I don't know what the artistic style is called exactly. Turn of the century though. Style to the architecture here, including I'll have the assembly square kind of adorning my background here, so that looks nice. Number 12 for Lego. Be right back. Sounds good. Good night to Jimmy Jr. Suey Jasper says, that's a lot of Christmas sets. Could you donate to me? Suey Jasper, you can find a lot. There's just a tree and this one. So that's just 2, man. I don't want to lose half my Christmas sets to you. I do have the upscale Santa. That one you can acquire for sure. Tommy says, ornate. I like it. Is that the name of the piece I was showing you? It's definitely kind of like an ornate piece for sure. All right. So let me build up. The fire truck's already built up, so it's really intimidating, you know, with these alternative sets, how much they throw in on the instruction page. But it's although it does, I think the design or the coloring actually looks kind of like an old school Lego instruction booklet. So this is, I think, this is the third time of me building this set. This is one that I put together every Christmas. It's a very, or yeah, around Christmas time. Very fun set to put together. I like, it's kind of at that level where, you know, it's somewhat challenging. It's very rewarding. You know, it's like a mod, kind of a mini version of a modular. So it's got some complexity to it. It's got some great decorative look to it, and there's lots of accessories that go also with the set. So right now, let's see, building up the floor to the first level of this fire station. So it's gonna look good. And yeah, when this set came out, it was $100. This alt brick version, I had to get it. As I was looking up alt brick, every once in a while I get tempted, especially with retired sets, because they're so expensive. You know, a retired set can be double the price or more, and so you just don't. You know, you can't buy every single Lego set. And so what do you do? So if it's a build you want to experience, but you're not necessarily looking to spend money on a set that you're hoping or thinking of as an investment or something like that, where it will increase in value, and you just want to experience the build. So for this set in particular, I liked how much it looked, and wasn't, you know, not able to spend $100 on a set like this. I think so. Then when this set came out, I was just getting ready. I had saved up to buy Ninjago City, and that set, I wasn't considering that to be an investment, but I'm so glad I got it when it was still like officially on sale or being available on the Lego website, or, you know, still sold by Lego before it retired, because that set at the time was, I think, $250, and this is the original Ninjago City modular. And now, if you look it up, it's crazy. So that one is definitely, I consider that an investment set. I don't know if I'll ever sell it because it's my favorite set, but yeah, I think now that one goes for over $1,000. New, maybe used, maybe half that price. I'd have to look on Bricklink and see if that's the case still. But yeah, so when sets get out of hand like that, or when they're just, you know, crazy priced already, probably reasonable depending on the size of the set. Like a UCS set, UCS sets are just expensive. I don't have one, so it'd be fun to get one of those. I've kind of gone back and forth with maybe getting one of the UCS sets to just build an alt brick version or a knockoff version of it, just to experience the build. And, you know, the only risk, of course, with those is every alt brick set I've gotten, knockoff version of Lego, of course, the Lego quality or the brick quality, don't call it Lego, is not the same. And then you definitely don't get all the pieces you need. So those giant sets, those UCS sets, especially if it was like the UCS Millennium Falcon, I fear you might miss an entire section of bags you need. Alexandria, psh, all right, Alexandria's here. Damos is here. Said hi to Damos, I think. Damos, got to give you a high five. Amy says, I'm off. Have a wonderful night. Thank you, Amy. Brickable World, welcome. Let me just make sure I read that correctly. Brickable World, very cool. Welcome to the channel. I don't think you've joined us before. If you have, welcome back, Brickable World. And, you know, if you're new to Lego, you see the pinned comment, or you're not new to Lego, you're new to this channel, you like Lego, you like building Lego, find our Brick Therapy logo here. We have a couple sig figs. My son, who joins me on the weekends, And hey, that's kind of cool. I got it like at the right distance. It matches up with the upscale Santa in the camera shot there, and myself. So yeah, we've been doing a series of live streams over the course of 2025. We started with the Death Star over here, and then over the summer we got into the Lord of the Rings, and then there's some other smaller sets in between that, and then built up this modular most recently, actually the Jazz Club right there, and the Assembly Square. Those are the most recent, and now it's December, so trying to build up some Christmas sets. And, you know, got the Christmas tree built here. Whoops, it's kind of off to the corner there. Let me turn the camera. Got the Christmas tree there, and now working on the Winter Village fire station that came out in 2018. That, if you're curious, let me just get that is set number 10263. And a really nice set, of course. Some really good minifigures that came with it. And after that, I realized that, you know, that's another theme that Lego does on an annual basis. You'll get like the modular sets, you'll get one special design each year. And so these I've been considering. So eventually got the Elf House that came out the year after that, I think 2019. And then there was another Village one. I'll have to build that one up. I think it's kind of half built, and then we can maybe do that as a live stream also. So I got 3 of these winter Christmas special build sets. I'm doing the same. Mayo signing off. Psh! Mayo, thanks for being here, man. Always good to have you guys. As long as you are allowed, thank you for you know, sharing your valuable time on the live stream, saying hello, joining the discussion. Thanks to Tommy reminding to please like and subscribe and just be part of the channel. Really appreciate everyone. And if, of course, if you have favorite sets that you like, you collect Lego as well. There's some Lego sets you're thinking of. There's some Lego sets you'd like to just ask others in the chat about or ask me about and get our take, our opinions on. Would love to have that discussion. Of course, family friendly, so it's always fun to talk about Lego with you guys and just see. So just to rewind back a few moments ago, I was saying how it's interesting, you know, I've gone to the Lego store, I think twice since the UCS Death Star was released. So it was released October 1st. And then a few weeks later, we went back to the Lego store. I was curious about, you know, each new release set. I think I wanted to see the Goonies set all built up. And that was that built up when we went? Yeah, it was. And then wanted to see the Star Trek set. Most recently, also built up. So this past Saturday, we went to the Lego store, saw the Goonies set built up, and they were that particular Lego store was still offering the gift with purchase that goes with that set, which was to me surprising. Also, I was thinking, you know, it's closer to Christmas. Lego will probably, I would assume, put on display the UCS Death Star set, because after all, that set is, you know, obviously super high priced. Oh man, I went over, so I gotta reorient these bricks. That set is super high priced, also seemed to be very popular. And you would think Lego would want to market that one a whole heck of a lot as Christmas approaches, you know, take advantage. There's got to be some people that still want to buy that set, and maybe it might make it on some people's Christmas list. You know, people are willing to spend the big bucks to get that set as a Christmas gift for someone or just for themselves or whatever. But the last 2 times, Lego has not put that set, or at least the Lego stores we've been to. I shouldn't say all of them. Maybe the big Lego store over in downtown Disney, maybe they'll have it on display. So I think there's two sort of Lego stores next to the Disney parks. One obviously in California and the other one in Florida. So maybe they will have the UCS Death Star on display. But I was surprised it was not on display here. You know, if you're trying to sell $1,000 set and there's an excuse for people to even spend money on Lego, it's definitely during Christmas. And I guess that's not the case, or at least not yet. Lego is not, or the Lego stores around us are not, you know, marketing it the way I thought they would. So I don't know what the deal is there, but I wanted to see that set on display again. It's you know, there's a lot of work put into building that up when they released it and had, you know, people waiting in line to buy it. Why not have it out longer? I've seen Bardor and other big sets, you know, on display very often. But I don't know, we'll see. Maybe in May they're gonna make a big push, you know, when you get closer to May the 4th to do that. All right, so I've got the start of the base. I want to say maybe this is the start of where the fire truck probably parks. And I haven't built this set up or had it built up long enough to remember what all the details are. So we'll see, but it's kind of fun. I like the pattern build, you know, that you start to work on here as the structure gets put together slowly. So let's see, I'm working on some. What would this be? I don't know. Maybe it isn't that. Maybe it's, yeah, maybe this is the interior to the fire station itself. Maybe this is where the doors go. It's funny, you know, I have this set. I built it up a couple times and I can't predict where all this is going, which is the fun part. You know, if you can't afford to buy tons of Lego, then of course you can rebuild your old sets, take them apart, and, you know, rediscover the joy of building up Lego again. Especially the sets you've already put some serious amounts of money into. You know, you've got your collection here and you want to experience the build again. That's the fun part. You don't have to do the build just once, and it looks so cool to have this going up again. I love these builds. It would be a set that'd be, you know, pretty cool to just keep up all the time, but it's so specific to Christmas. You know, it's a set that has a Christmas tree in it. So I don't know, but maybe I'll leave this one up longer. You know, it's, you guys, any of the Christmas sets you build, you know, like an upscale Santa, you're gonna leave him out and on display the whole time, or rebuild him at a later time. So so you just want to match up everything correctly. And again, the only frustrating part with these alt break builds is they're I've bought 4 of these now, I want to say, and every single one I've bought, it either comes with missing pieces, like more than you want to send away for, or they come with broken, or a piece or two that breaks easily. So, you know, you obviously do give up a lot of quality. You're definitely spending 20 to 30% of what the Lego price would be. So, and in this case, it's me just wanting to experience the build. I know people, you know, there's some Lego purists that'd be like, don't waste your money on those things. They're, you know, they're junk. But when it comes to the build experience, it works out pretty fine. Being on a budget, right? B Bandit says to keep your identity safe if you're under 18. Just keep keep your name to your YouTube channel. Hopefully it's not a last name. Don't dox anything. Thank you, B Bandits, for modding. Alexander says, I've been coughing. Oh no, Alexander, you coming down with something. It's the winter season. This is the hard part. Fighting off the cold flu season. So yeah, a couple of my kids have been dealing with that, which is definitely not fun. And now you get close to, if you're in school, you get close to the end of the semester. So, you know, you're looking forward to that. You put all that energy, into finishing the semester. You've kind of exhausted yourself, and then of course your immune system is weaker. And that's when these colds, they come and they get you. So stay healthy, do the vitamin C, all that good stuff. Stay healthy and strong. Build Lego. Have the Lego therapy session going for you. So that's the key. Stay healthy, exercise, all that good stuff. And so yeah, welcome. Let's see, B Bandits taking care of things. B Bandit says, oh, he's just taking care of a sentence word by word. Thanks, B Bandits. Got to clarify. You guys, if you want to enter the chat, talk about Lego. So, building up the Winter Village Fire Station. I think it'd be a good addition to this modular here, right? The assembly square. So I'm gonna build, and if you're new to Lego, you like talking about Lego, you like listening to Lego, you could just treat it as a podcast, of course, for Lego discussion. But I'll sort of just monologue too, and keep up with the chat as best I can. And then, just share some thoughts on Lego as I build, because part of the goal obviously is to make progress on what I'm doing here. And this, bigger sets like this, when you take them apart, you break them down, and then you want to rebuild them again, you sort of, or at least I do, you don't want to take everything apart, obviously, because there's a lot of smaller sections that you could just leave put together. Kind of saves time, but also it's like, does everything match up still the same way? So sometimes it's kind of an 80% breakdown of everything. Like, I don't need to remove the hot dog, and stuff like that. That can just go right back on where it started. I think that's on the second level. So yeah, there's some sections here I don't need to necessarily disassemble completely. But I think for this one, I'm gonna make sure that I keep the pieces close together, because it might be something I'm gonna end up looking for anyway. And I was thinking about these holiday sets, Christmas sets. I think now, if you look at the Lego website, it's getting, it's going up in price, right? Like everything. So now, what is it? The Winter Train. Yeah, the Holiday Express Train. So now, what was a $100 set, now you're getting into the, actually I said $120 range. Now it's $130 range. So $129. Holiday Express Train. Not very well received. Only 3 out of 5 stars. This has 956 pieces. Only 4 minifigures. Set 10361. It's a train, so it's not any modular type build. I don't know how big the tracks are. Would they be big enough to go around a Christmas tree? They make it look like you have enough track to do that. So maybe that's where all the pricing goes into. Enough tracks so where you could build your Christmas tree and have this train go around. Does it come with a motor? We have a Lego set. Lego train set. It's definitely not a Christmas tree or a Christmas theme build, but it does the job. So the minifigures look cool. But if you compare that to what I'm building now, this is a set that came out 7 years ago, I guess now. That's crazy. And it has 8 minifigures. It was $100, so $30 less. And you get quite a lot more. For what you're paying. Roaming Bricks, I think I saw you. Roaming Bricks says, season's greetings. Welcome, Roaming Bricks. Namaste from India. Yes, welcome, Roaming Bricks. Roaming Bricks, I've been meaning to try and catch your live streams as well. And I've left comments, I always catch things after the fact. At some point, the timing will work out. But so glad you're here, Roaming Bricks. And thank you. We'll just give you a shout out. Thank you so much to you guys that check out our channel and are just so good about checking out our videos as much as time allows and leaving a friendly comment. Really appreciate that. Obviously, that helps the channel. You know, when bigger Lego YouTubers are saying how much they appreciate people commenting and liking their videos, and they have thousands of viewers, then I am super thankful that you guys do the same for us, and we're nowhere near the thousands of viewers range. So really appreciate that. I wish the reason I like to live stream too is like stay connected with you guys, but it's so much fun to live stream and kind of just create content on the go, so to speak. We've made my son's made some stop motion videos, and we've obviously made videos where we go looking for Lego at the Lego store or doing a review here and there, and those are fun. But the editing takes time. And thank you, Alexandria and B Bandits, for taking care of that. Really appreciate that. Otherwise, it gets so distracting in the chat. Really appreciate that. But yeah, so you make these videos, and you got to get into the editing and all that. So, and then the viewership is just not what it used to be, which is hard, because when we first started our channel, it might be a newer channel gets a little more push, a little more promotion from YouTube. But yeah, some of our videos would go up into like the 5,000 or 6,000 views range, and now it's like can't even. I'd be so surprised if we got even half that. So not even half that, like a quarter of that. So it's crazy. I don't know how the algorithms work anymore. That seems to be very inconsistent. So at some point we'll have, I guess, some kind of breakout video where we can get our channels some momentum we need again. Lego Timmy has been good about checking in on us and asking us about all that. Have we gotten to the viewership hours range? Have we gotten to the point where you can get to the point where you're monetized? And it'd be fun to get to that level. Obviously, we'll create Lego content no matter what, and there's obviously a lot of competition too. It's not like it's a new revolutionary topic, but we just enjoy meeting up with you guys and talking about Lego. It's good to see all you guys. Tommy is here saying hi to everyone. Roaming, you're welcome. Love having you here as well. Romy Brick says, I love your family spending quality time browsing sets at the Lego store. Yeah, thank you, Romy Bricks. They here is the fruits of their labor, right? We did 2 of these actually. I'll have to show the other one off another time. But yeah, we built up these buildable minifigs at the kiosk. If you ever go to a Lego store, you'll see these fun kiosks there. So that was a highlight. And the best part is you leave the Lego store spending between $10 and $20 and not hundreds and hundreds. In fact, it would be fun to obviously buy a big Lego set at the Lego store. I've done so a couple times because of a particular gift with purchase or whatever. But I end up, if I do buy a big Lego set, I'd rather buy it through the Lego website. There's a couple advantages to that. Obviously, especially if it's a big set, it gets delivered to your house. Of course, you have to make sure you have good security around your house, so the package that's delivered is safe, basically not taken, stolen. But then the other thing is when you buy Lego online, there's that Rakuten cashback website, which can be very advantageous. So you get, depending on when you buy a Lego set, they've got a lot of different cashback promotions, and it's always cashback, which is nice. You could end up with getting back a few, $10 back off of your original purchase, or 20 or more. So yeah, just basically taking advantage of those different types of online discounts that you can't do or you can't use when you buy it at the Lego store. Otherwise, it's kind of the same. You know, obviously if you're a Lego collector, you know you want to spend or buy Lego and get sets when there's VIP points to take advantage of, which is always so good. You know, and been able to do that, especially when double VIP points are offered. Been able to do that a few times, and that is wonderful. Or I don't know, I've noticed, you know, it's kind of a reason to go for Lego to get you to buy Lego, but there are times too where you know you can get quadruple points. I think I've done that once, but only for a set we actually wanted to get originally, and then the advantage is huge in that, right? If you get quadruple points, if you're spending on a good sized Lego set and you get quadruple VIP points, then that, you know, that could amount to, you know, $25 to $50 discount depending on how many points you're able to stack up there. So all that said, when you do buy a big Lego set, it sure makes a big difference when you time the purchasing right. Of course, Lego, like just recently, like they've had some pretty cool giftful purchases with there was the gazebo one just last week. Now that one's finished, and just the next day, right? They're starting now this week. They're offering double VIP or double insider points and is it like a gingerbread train type of giftful purchase? Yeah, gingerbread train ornament. Not as exciting as the gazebo one. The gazebo one's cool because that came with a little mini build and 3 minifigures and all that. So if you're a Lego collector, that goes perfect with obviously these Christmas type builds. So yeah, it just depends on how you can time this, and then Lego, of course, entices you constantly from week to week. So you have to be strategic, but Lego's also being strategic to see when they can get you to spend that money. And so if you're a Lego collector, you obviously have a list you're working off already. So I haven't really taken advantage of any of these things that I'm talking about because I want to get a set that's you know, nowhere near as popular. It's been out for a while, the Natural History Museum modular. And even that one's on back order right now. So there's so many sets that are, especially when double VIPs or double insider points are offered, the challenge of getting these sets at the right time sometimes works out, and then sometimes you just got to be patient and wait. All right, so we got a little bit of a section of the Winter Village fire station built up here. You got the wall alarm there, it looks like, and then what will be a snowman, I think, built up on this rounded plate, and then you know I guess the side entrance to the fire station. So everything looking cool here. Alexandria says hi to Mage Wizard. Roaming Brick says, I get deprived of buying sets from Lego online. Here we do not get those sets offered to be purchased online. Oh, what I know, it is hard depending on where you are in the world. Sometimes you have to. Gosh, what do you do, Roaming Bricks? Like there's a gift with purchase you can't get. It's like you buy it on the secondary market, and that's where it's way overpriced. Mage Wizard says, bought the retired Dom's Charger from Fast and Furious. Very cool. Yeah, sometimes you find these cool sets and you're able to get them. Mage is out. See you, Mage. Thanks for being here, man. All right, I think I'm going to turn the page and see what one last section I can throw together here, if it's easy enough. I think so. But it's funny, as I'm talking, like, this is the part I like, because now the progress is going, feels like it's going quickly, because I got the pieces all sorted out, which, as I said before, helps so much with the build time and everything coming together nicely. Whoops, that's not a piece I just got to make sure. This is the set though that didn't come with all the right pieces I needed, and then there's a little bit of ambiguity as to whether I'm using a dark gray piece or a semi-dark blue piece, which is always fun to try and decipher through. But I think I got it sorted here. And then the brick therapy part, just looking for the sorted pieces to add to the build here. And oops, make sure. Oh, there's some, like I said, there's some things I didn't take apart completely because it's just a small detail. Don't really want to try and sort through that again. So I'm trying to not take apart other sections which I've already built up somewhere else. And you think I'd have enough familiarity with this set to not get too lost on the sections themselves and what goes on here. Okay, what goes on here already. I'm mixing up pieces or anything like that. Shouldn't be skipping any steps with this guy. But yeah, that's the fun part. These holiday sets too, when they come all together, oh, they look so cool. Even if it's an all brick version, it looks so great, all completed and such. So yeah, there's like little sections like here with the front studs that, you know, I don't want to, there's not a ton, but there's quite a few of these, like I don't want to redo those. But yeah. And then of course you get stuck looking for one particular plate piece, a 1x3 to be specific, and it's gray and it all blends in. There's been times where I'd look forever for something and then realize because it's a rebuilt set, it's like stuck underneath, you know, it's stuck underneath another plate. I'm like, oh, there it is the whole time. How? That didn't need to slow me down the way it did, but okay, all is good though. This is the part though. Just like make sure I got all the right measured out pieces here. These 1x3 pieces are tricky because when you look at the instructions, you know, you gotta scrutinize it a bit, like make sure it's not a 1x4, which I almost did there a second ago. And a 1x3 piece is a little bit elusive. Anyway, let me finish this one little section here. And I think, let's see. Oh, okay. I think it's a good stopping point. All right, so I just love to, just a final note, I love the color of these like dark red or maroon colored bricks. They look great. It's kind of Jazz Club color too. The Jazz Club have that same colored brick, right? So when I was building this guy up, oh, that looks so cool. That actually looks like a fire station. From the side, it could be a old fire station build itself. So, yeah. Alexandria says double points. Love me some double points. Alexandria says the Fortnite bus. Oh, did you get that, Alexandria? You did. I ordered the Fortnite bus. B Bandits is back. Psh! Oh, that's so cool, Alexandria. You were saying you were gonna if the deals came together the right way, you were gonna get that. Whether it was a sale, a double VIP or double insider points, kind of makes up for that, right? Because if you're stacking them, then you know it's kind of like, well, you know, if you're collecting Lego, you know you're gonna. There's no doubt you're gonna use them on another set. So then it basically that sale or that discount transfers over to a future build. I have some points stacked up now that I've bought a few things over the last couple months. So it just showed up. That was good. I was like, I can't find this one. So yeah, excited about what to apply these points to. I don't know. Have you guys ever stacked up your insider points where it's like very significant to like maybe the $100 range. I think I'm getting close to that. So, or I was, because I used it to get bar door. All right, so there we go. This is a good section here, kind of on the fire station build. Let me compare it to the picture. Oh, it's not going to be discernible, I don't think. But I think it's this side here that I built, this corner section here where the door will go. So yeah, eventually it'll look like this. So that's the fun part. Thank you, BW Stream. Well, thanks guys for being here. I'm going to sign off. That was a good place to sign off. Got 16 likes. Appreciate that. Thanks for joining me on your Wednesday. And we will make this winter station complement this cool little ice skate ring as we build again throughout the week. And you guys have a great time. I will see you tomorrow. Enjoy your evening. Bye, everyone.